I thought I was responding to a routine noise complaint until I realized whose house it was. It was just past midnight on a Friday when dispatch crackled through my radio. Unit 47, we've got a noise complaint at 1247 Maple Ridge Drive. Neighbors reporting loud music and shouting. I groaned internally. Rich neighborhood. Probably some teenagers throwing a party while their parents were out of town. These calls usually meant dealing with entitled kids and angrier parents. The house was a two-story colonial with perfect landscaping and a BMW in the driveway. Classic suburban paradise. But something felt off as I walked up the front steps. The music wasn't party music. It was upbeat pop songs, the kind you'd hear at a kid's birthday party. I knocked on the heavy oak door and waited. The music volume dropped immediately, then footsteps approached. When the door opened, I was expecting a drunk teenager or maybe a harried parent. Instead, this kid answered, maybe 12 years old, still wearing a button-down shirt and khakis like he'd just gotten home from school. His hair was combed neatly, but his eyes were red and puffy. Behind him, I could see the living room decorated with colorful balloons tied to chairs. A birthday cake sat on the kitchen table, untouched, with 12 candles that had been blown out and relit multiple times. The wax had dripped all over the frosting. Is your parent home? I asked, trying to keep my voice gentle. His face just crumpled like I'd hit him. It's my birthday. Mom promised she'd be here by 8. She said she was just running to the store after work to pick up my present. I glanced at my watch. 12:15 a.m. He'd been waiting over 4 hours. The loud music the neighbors had complained about? This kid had cranked up the stereo, playing the same birthday playlist over and over, trying to make his empty house feel less like a tomb, trying to convince himself the party was still happening. What's your mom's name, buddy? I asked, pulling out my notepad. Sarah Mitchell. She works downtown at the accounting firm. She never breaks her promises, especially not for my birthday. My blood went cold. I flipped through my notes from earlier that week. There it was. Sarah Mitchell, 34, reported missing 3 days ago after failing to return home from work. Her car had vanished from the office parking lot. No signs of struggle, no witnesses. The kid kept talking, oblivious to my growing dread. I called Grandma and Uncle Tom, but they won't answer anymore. I think they're mad at me for something, but I don't know what I did wrong. The shouting, the neighbors had reported. It was this kid desperately calling relatives who'd stopped taking his calls because they couldn't bear to explain that his mother wasn't coming home, ever. My heart sank as the full picture came together. This kid had been alone for 3 days, surviving on whatever food was in the house, still going to school like everything was normal, still believing his mom would show up for his birthday because she'd never let him down before. Have you eaten today? I asked. He nodded toward the kitchen. I made mac and cheese for dinner. I saved some for Mom in case she's hungry when she gets back. I radioed for a supervisor and child services, then sat down on the couch next to him. The birthday decorations suddenly felt like evidence in a crime scene, each balloon a testament to misplaced hope. Can I wait with you for a while? I asked. His eyes lit up for the first time. Would you? It's been really quiet here. I kept playing music so it would feel more like a party, but the neighbors must not like birthdays very much. We sat there until 3 a.m., talking about school, his friends, his favorite video games. He showed me drawings he'd made for his mom, carefully placed on the refrigerator where she'd see them when she walked in. He kept checking his phone every few minutes, convinced she'd call with an explanation. Officer Wilson? He said as child services finally arrived. Do you think Mom will be sad she missed my birthday? I know she's probably stuck somewhere, but I hope she's not crying about it. The social worker was gentle but firm. The kid packed a small bag, still insisting he'd be back in a day or two when this whole misunderstanding got sorted out. We found her car in the river the next morning. That kid still sends me a birthday card every year, thanking me for staying with him that night.